My name is Christopher and I have HSV2 down here, and this is a disclaimer. This is not medical advice. If you want less information, talk to a doctor. Okay, here is the number one tip I can give you when it comes to disclosing, and that is the energy you give off is the energy you're going to receive from the other person. So what I mean by this is, first things first, figure out how you feel about yourself and your diagnosis. If you're not fully accepting of it yet, it's gonna kind of be hard to approach with the same amount of confidence and like nonchalantness that you kind of need. And it's okay to almost fake it till you make it, but I truly believe that like the energy you put out is the energy you get back, regardless of what this is, whether it's meeting someone, whether it's a job interview, whether it's just talking to someone on the street. This sort of life skill is going to be applied to any situation, and especially when it comes to herpes. So what I mean by this is, like, in your head, if you build up your disclosure to this big thing, I'll give you an example. Watch this. Let's say I have my partner right here and I come in and this is like, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you, okay? Okay, this is tough to say. This is kind of a big deal. We need to talk. Okay, so I'm kind of nervous. Okay, don't freak out. Do you see what I'm saying? Don't freak out. I'm kind of nervous. Like, you inside can feel this way, but it's only gonna benefit you if you don't approach it from this perspective. Because the way that I feel now, the first disclosure obviously is gonna be a little bit nerve-wracking, but like my disclosures now come off so nonchalant and so organically to where it doesn't even faze them. Not from like a boasting standpoint, but like some people think I'm joking. They're like, oh, like that was kind of out of the blue. And I don't really suggest any particular way of bringing it up because it's going to depend on the situation, but you need to have the air of it not being a big deal because they're going to feel that way. And if you still in yourself are apprehensive and you feel bad and you think this is going to end your life, they're going to feel like the risk could end their life. And that's not the case. Who knows? Maybe they themselves have some form of herpes, or maybe they have it themselves down there, or they understand it, or something like that. So I truly believe that, like, if you go in insecure and making it a bigger deal and making them feel uncomfortable because you're still uncomfortable about it, that's what they're gonna feel. But when it comes to me, I bring it up, I say, hey, like, I have this is not the exact words, but like, hey, like I have herpes, like, what do you know about it? Or, you know, I talk about it online, or I do sexual education, and it's not really gonna apply to you, but the same kind of mindset and understanding of like, this is a common thing, like I'm aware of my sexual health, are you? And that's another way to look at it. I think a lot of people get their herpes diagnosis and they feel like they're now labeled as this disgusting person. But like, what if you took your diagnosis as like a responsible thing, as an awareness thing, as like an honesty thing, and you kind of approach it like, hey, like, I know my sexual health. I have HSV2. What do you have? It's less so from the perspective of like you convincing them to be with you, and more so about, hey, like, we're on the same terms here. We're both adults. Like, do you know about your sexual health? Are you aware of the risks? You know, and honestly, like, I'd be surprised if most sexually active adults with a body count over 2 or 3 haven't either had sex with someone with oral herpes or genital herpes, or have it themselves. Because it's very common. And if you don't already have it, either location, you've probably been with someone with either location, regardless of whether you knew or not. So that's my biggest tip.
That's what she said.
Figure out how you feel about yourself, work on acceptance so that you yourself can disclose with confidence and nonchalantness, and make it so that they feel the same way that you feel. Because regardless of their reaction, whether it's a, hey, that's cool, or I'd rather think about it, or ew, no, you're gross, you're gonna have an easier time relaying that information if it comes from a confident, approachable, knowledgeable perspective, as opposed to you coming in insecure. So at the end of the day, you can't change their response, but it will only help their possible response if you go in with a positive attitude. Think about what I said in the video. Hope it helps. Extra help is going to be in the description box. Love you, miss you, hope you're doing well. See you guys later.